So let's get started because, as I said, I am a couple of minutes late in starting. I apologize for that. I have had some issues with cameras and microphones, but hopefully everyone can see me and hear me okay now. If you could just send me a quick message to say, yes, I can hear you, that would be really helpful. Or if just one person could do that, that would be great. Gavin, you there? All right, I will carry on and show you a few photos. So today we're going to be speaking about, thank you. Yes, you can hear me. Excellent. Good. um, Hi, hello everyone who's just joining me. We're going to talk, well, I am going to talk using the past tense. I'm going to show you some photos from my childhood, and while I'm talking about those, you'll be able to hear the past tense as it's used in conversation. I think that conversation is much more useful to learn than studying grammar rules. So I could sit here and tell you that English has four past tenses, that we have the simple past, the continuous past, the past perfect, and it's quite dull, it's boring, and studying the rules doesn't show you how these tenses are used in conversation. But if I talk about my past, then you can hear how these tenses are used. And I will probably use a mixture of the different tenses, but you'll be able to hear how they're used in natural conversation. Freddie Mercury is here. That's amazing. Love Freddie Mercury. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining. Let's start with some baby photos. So here's me, maybe not a baby, probably we call children toddlers when they just start to walk. So here is a photo of me as a toddler. Okay, that's probably the best shot you're going to get without reflections. If I switch off this light, is that better? Oops. Excuse me a minute, let me just switch that off. All right, you can still see me. We can see the photos without reflection. Okay, so here's me as a toddler. So I was probably about 1 year old in this picture. This is Christmas, of course. You can see the Christmas tree there. And maybe the next summer. In this photo, I am in the garden. So my parents had a house with a nice garden. My dad always liked to grow flowers. Show us your husband when he was a toddler. I don't have those photos. I'm only showing photos of myself, so you won't be seeing any photos of my husband or of my brothers, mainly because I haven't asked them if I can show their photos. I just went through all of my photos, found some of me, and thought these are ones that I'm happy to show. So, little angel, yeah, you could ask my parents if I was really a little angel. Probably not. I don't think I was, but that does look kind of angelic, doesn't it? I think that was on a good day where I was behaving well. Okay, and my parents had a cat. Oh, apparently I have my husband's permission to show photos of him. I just don't have any. If he were to bring me some, then I would show them. Maybe on the next live stream. Sorry, it's very warm in here. All right. So in my garden, I had this large box. This is a sand pit, or this was a sand pit. It's not there anymore. So this was my sand pit, and this was my parents' cat. He was a really cute and fluffy old cat. We got this cat when he was a kitten. and he lived until he was about 14 years old. So we had that cat for 14 years, and my parents had quite a lot of animals. I'll find some more photos of our animals. We had two dogs and three cats and some other animals too. They'll come in later. This cute little dog belonged to my grandma. When I was 2 years old, I thought this dog was really, really big. Of course, she wasn't. So this was a really small dog. She was a miniature Sheltie. That's the breed. Miniature Sheltie, which to an adult probably looks really, really small. But to me at 2 years old, this dog looked huge. And I was so proud of myself for being able to walk this dog. Oh, thank you. Thank you for saying that I was cute as a baby. I think all babies are cute. Babies in general are adorable. The next photos are of me when I was 5 years old. So at 5 years old, I went on my first hiking trip with my dad. So here I am. We hiked up Kinder Scout. That's a mountain in the Peak District. For a 5 year old, that's a really long way. So here I am with my little backpack. I had my lunch in my backpack, and we walked all the way to the top of Kinder. Um, Here's the reservoir at the bottom. So the reservoir is where our drinking water comes from. The reservoir is just a lake that provides drinking water to a town. And this is what's a place called Kinder Downfall. If you live near the Peak District, or if you've ever walked near the Peak District, you might have been to Kinder Downfall. It's this huge cliff on the top of the mountain. So we walked all the way to the top of the mountain. At 5 years old, that was very, very hard work. We walked, it felt like the whole day. It probably wasn't. I've been up there many, many times since then. It takes a few hours, but it is a reasonable walk for an adult, but very hard work for a small child. And I remember my dad had to carry me on his shoulders on the way down because I was so, so tired. But it was a great walk, and I really, really enjoy hiking now to this day. One thing I wanted to mention about speaking about the past, two different ways of speaking. You can say, I used to like something, or you can say, I have always liked something. The different meanings there, if you say, I used to like this, then it's something that you liked in the past, but you don't like it anymore. So, for example, I used to like watching cartoons. So, as a child, I liked cartoons. Now, as an adult, I don't really like them. But if I'm talking about hiking, I would say I have always enjoyed hiking. I have always enjoyed it because I enjoyed it as a child, and now as an adult, I still enjoy hiking. So I have always enjoyed that. So I said that I would show you some more of our animals. We had lots of animals. Here is a very cute puppy photo. So this was the first puppy that I ever had. He really belonged to my parents. He's a border collie, and we got him when I was 10 years old. So this dog, here he is as an older dog. We had two dogs at the same time. We had a border collie and we had a golden Labrador. And I loved these dogs. The dog that I have now is also a border collie. And the reason I picked him was because of this one I had as a child. And here is me at probably 11 years old. So 11-year-old me. And we entered a dog show together. So this rosette is a rosette that we won. We won that for doing the dog and owner jumping competition. So we had to run around and jump over obstacles together, and we were both quite fast, so we won a rosette. We also had some more unusual animals. My parents had a small piece of land at the side of the house, and they kept chickens, which is fairly common. Lots of people keep chickens, but we also had three geese. So these were my pet geese. They were very, very noisy. If anyone went into the field, they would do this. So they would run up to you and they would make lots and lots of noise. So here I am in the field with the geese running up to me. So they were extremely noisy. And that is my sunflower. I was obviously very proud of it. Here I am showing it off. I still grow sunflowers now. They don't usually reach that height. Obviously, that year must have been a good year for growing sunflowers. Let me have a quick look at the chat. I have been having a quick look at it as you've been typing. See if there are any actual questions in there. Just excuse me a minute while I find it. I've never done a live before, so I have no idea what I'm doing here. All right, go on. Go away. Right. I can't seem to see the comments. I want to see all of them. Oh. The geese would do the dog's job. Yes, they were excellent guard dogs, actually. If you want to keep your land safe, then yes, you should get some geese. They're extremely noisy and they do protect the area from absolutely anything. Anyone who goes in there will be chased off by the geese. Why can't I see my comments? I should have brought my laptop up here so that I could read them. Gavin, if you're still watching, if you could bring the laptop, that would be very helpful, please. Nope. So I'm going to have to answer questions as they come up. If you have sent a question which I haven't read out, please type it again because I can't see the messages for some reason. I don't know. Another thing I have always enjoyed is gymnastic type movements. So gymnastics, acrobatic things. You may have seen a photo on my community tab of me doing a cartwheel. Yeah, and photos of Gavin too. I think he'll have to search a really long way to find those. He doesn't like photos very much. Here is me doing a handstand. That was taken in my granddad's garden. My granddad had a huge garden full of fruit trees. So I always really enjoyed going to my granddad's house. We used to climb the trees. We picked the fruit every year and we always made jam and pies and things from the fruit. One moment, We may have some photos of Gavin. Thank you. Photos of you?
No, I'm on the
No, no photos of you. No, he doesn't have photos. That's a shame. But he has brought me my laptop. I'm hoping that I'll be able to read your comments. I have no idea why I can't see them on the phone screen here. You think you know how to use technology and then you don't. I'm just getting into YouTube. I guess I'll have to watch my own live stream and see if I can read the comments on it. I only have one photo left. My last photo is it was taken after a party, not an adult party where you go drinking or anything like that. This was a party when I was 15 years old. We went to a friend's house and we stayed up all night just talking, playing games. And the next day, I was extremely tired. I was so tired, I could hardly stay awake. But I didn't want to tell my parents that I stayed up all night and that I was too tired to do anything. So all day, my dad kept saying, "You look very tired. You should have a rest." And I said, "I'm not tired. I'm not tired." And at about 5 p.m., my dad took this photo, which was a little bit embarrassing. So, so that's me after my first all night party, fast asleep at 5 p.m. Excuse me, just one moment. Ah, okay, a couple of photos of Gavin. Right, these are not baby photos of Gavin. He's not got any baby photos. He's brought me a wedding photo. Wow, that is dusty. So, here is a wedding photo. That's me and Gavin on our wedding day. We got married in 2007. We met in 2005 and we got engaged about 3 months later. So we were friends, then we dated for about 3 months, and then we got engaged after about 3 months of dating, which is quite quick. A lot of people were a little bit surprised. But here is our wedding photo. I wore a purple dress because I don't know, I don't really like white dresses. I never wear white. I always feel that I'll get it dirty. I don't know. I'm too clumsy to wear white. I just think, yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Freddie. Um, and these flowers were grown by my dad. My dad grew some white flowers especially for my wedding, which was really nice of him. And every year since the wedding, my dad has grown flowers, the same type of flowers, and brought me a bunch of flowers on our wedding anniversary, which was really sweet of him. And I always enjoy getting those because it reminds me of the wedding day, which was lovely. And I have one more photo which Gavin brought for me to show you. This photo was taken, it's very big. This photo was taken when I was pregnant with my first child. I'm wearing purple again. I guess I wear purple a lot. So this photo is when I was pregnant, obviously, and that was in 2010. Yeah, 2010. So 14 years ago. Oh, I'm sure he'll be glad to hear that. Thank you. Um, so I was about 6 months pregnant, I think, here. I was very big when I was pregnant. He was a big baby. So that's the first baby, that's my son. And the second and third babies were twins. So I have one son and I have twin daughters. three children altogether, and they were born 6 years apart. So I had my son in 2010 and then my daughters in 2016. And I am out of photos now, so I will answer some questions. Does anyone have questions about how to say things in the past tense, or questions about the photos that I've just shown you, or anything like that? Oh, thank you for watching. It's nice to see which country everyone comes from. So I think we've had Korea, Brazil, Morocco. That's really interesting to see where you're all signing in from, rather. I will probably be back with another live stream on a different topic later in the week because lots of people said that they would be available on the, I think it was the 7th. I will post that on my community tab, so keep an eye on the community tab if you're interested in more live streams. And I will always post a few days before and let you know when I'm going to do it. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching. If there are no more questions, I'm going to sign off now, and I hope to see you all again soon. Bye bye.